This is what you need. This is how you do it. Hello, my name's Mr. Drew P. I'm going to build an iron farm today. You need 20 beds and 10 villagers minimum. 75% of your villagers need to be working. I've gone for 30 beds and 30 villagers because every 10 villagers you've got a chance of spawning in one golem. This is not needed, it's just decoration, but I think it looks pretty. If you want to make a very basic one, you can use leaves instead of glass. So to make the basic early game, cheapest of cheap iron farms, this is what you need. Iron golems don't spawn on leaves, glass or half slabs. I think glass looks better, but it's just a bit harder to make. So if you're on very early game stage, you can use leaves. Half slabs form the roof and all the golems spawn underneath. We can even stop the cats spawning. I'll show you how to do that. I just learned that recently. It's quite a good tip. When the farm's working, you've got a chance of spawning in a cat or a golem. And you can stop the cats spawning if you tame 5 of them that spawn naturally. It doesn't work if you just breed them. But if you tame 5 cats, that's the mob cap limit. No more cats will spawn. You won't get any string in your farm, but you'll get more iron. And the benefit of creating the iron farm like this is if you get attacked, your villages are quite well protected. You still have to watch out for vindicators spawning vexes. Or just wipe them out with your sword. Bish bash bosh. So I'm going to give you a basic overview of how to make it. But if you want a block by block tutorial, then check out my live stream where I did make this in survival vanilla. So to make this farm, this is what we require. We start by digging a 19 by 19 square, and in the center of that we'll dig a 3 by 3 hole, and then we want a perimeter that's 35 blocks long. Because we've got a 19 by 19 square, if we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on the 8th, that's where we build our perimeter all the way around. The centre of the village is not that easy to set. Iron golems will spawn up to 16 blocks horizontally from the centre of the village. And there's 16 blocks from the centre of this catchment area to the perimeter. So we don't want the centre of the village to be on the side, because we could have iron golems spawning outside the area. The centre of the village will either be the pillow of a bed or the bell. We can't decide which, but we can sort of force which area it's going to be in. So if there's only 2 beds and a bell right in this central square, we know one of those will be the centre of the village. So we'll build 2 beds and a bell, move the villagers in, and then we'll build the rest of it around that. So we'll go up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's put 2 either side, with a bed on either side. And then we'll put a bell in the middle underneath some glass. Now we can extend this glass platform to a 15 by 15 square. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can get in and out if we put a block there, and the villagers can't get out because they can't make that jump. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Let's fill in the gaps so the children can't escape out the little tiny holes. Villagers almost in. Go on. Yep, go on, go on, go on. There we go. We've got our first 2 villagers in. And this will set the centre of the village on one of these 3 blocks. Either that pillow, or the bell. We'll put a roof on this. 1, 2, 3, 4. These villagers won't stop breeding until we get some more beds in, but at least we know the centre of the village is going to be in these central 3 blocks. We've got 30 beds to put down, so we want to do a 9 by 7 oblong. Helps if we can move around. Once we've got that, we can bed either side of that, and 3 here. On the other side, same thing, bed either side. 3 here, and then we continue this row of 9. Same on the other side. So it looks something like this. And we can remove the temporary blocks. Being careful not to destroy the beds, otherwise you'll have to put the blocks down and start again. It's also important to make sure there's no other beds or work blocks within a 100 block radius, because that could mess up where the centre of your village is. You do want to get rid of the nitwits though, because they're not very useful for trading. Because you don't have that spark of entrepreneurial genius, you are fired! Let that be a lesson to you all. We don't want slackers round here. That's it, you make me another baby. So we've got the maximum number of cats. We won't get any more cats spawning. We've got 3 iron golems. I've had more villagers before, but it starts to get a bit laggy. So if you want to push it to 40, maybe you could try, but I wouldn't recommend going any more than that, because there's just too much going on. It's counterproductive after a while. And when you've got 3 golems, you get quite good rates from this farm. That's the top bit done. Now we just need to do the bottom bit. So let's dig down from the middle. 6 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we dig a tunnel going out and underneath the area that we've just marked out. Make sure your tunnel is lit up. Now it's up to you how you want to design the collection chamber. It's 3 by 3, 9 hoppers here, but we want to funnel it away, and make sure you crouch place so all the hoppers are leading into this hopper here. Like, the hoppers are not going into the floor like that. That's no good. That will break the farm. You want to crouch place into the next hopper, so all the hoppers are going across. They're all feeding into your chest. Then we want some minecarts with hoppers on top. Best way to do that is put a temporary block with some rail above it. Hopper minecart, remove the temporary block. Falls into place. We do that 9 times. Then put some magma blocks above it. Make a window so we can see what's in the farm. And the last thing we do before we put water is one row of magma blocks just to soften up the golems as they're going in. Now the farm is almost ready, we just need to fill it with water. Let's put a block in the corner and 2 next to it. On all the corners, the same. And now, do not put water where I've put these red blocks. That's very important, but we put water around on every other block. All we need is 2 buckets to make this easy. 1 water here, miss 1 block, 1 water there. And now that block in the middle is an infinite water source. And we can just continue this all the way around. And we want to water there. Don't put water on this red one, either side of the corner. If you mess up and put water where I've put these red blocks, it will break the farm. The whole thing fills with water and stops flowing. Now any golems spawning on the outside will not get pushed into the middle. So you have to get rid of all this water and start again. The last thing I want is a perimeter. And we want some protection to stop the ravagers coming up here. And that's our iron farm. Of course, if you want to decorate it, it's up to you how you decorate it. I quite like it like this. It's very useful to see from a distance if you forget where you are, but it looks pretty. I've not finished it yet. I think I'm going to put something inside, maybe like a creeper farm. And I want to inject the creepers from this hole and fling them out so they die down there, and then you can pick up their gunpowder. It took quite a few live streams to construct this tutorial, so I want to say a huge thank you to Will. He was one of my only viewers and he kept me entertained. And we did learn something from one of the live streams. Check this out. I'll just stand around the edge. I'll just stand around there. But we don't need to stress too much because... Oi! What just happened? You just ran over a gap. Oh dear. Gonna have to make that gap wider. And that's how you make an iron farm. My name's Mr. Drew P. If you've liked this tutorial, click thumbs up. If you want to see more, click subscribe.